this. All right. Well, you guys, thank you so much for getting on and jumping on with us. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Susie. I'm going to be one of the coaches that's running this group with us. First off, I just want to say, like, give yourselves a huge round of applause and a pat on the back. This is my total teacher voice for committing to these 9 weeks, right? This is a big deal. 9 weeks is a long time, but it's going to be epically awesome, if I can say that. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so amazing. And all of us, all of the faces on this screen, and there's so many more in the group that couldn't get on the call with us tonight, that are committing to these 9 weeks. And I know that for some of you, this might be your first Beachbody program. For some of you, this is probably like your 5th or your 6th, whatever. But just know that we are all in this together. Even though we are all at different points in our journey, we're all doing this together, and we're all going to crush it from start to beginning, or from beginning to end. So really quickly, so that we can kind of get to know each other a little bit more, in the chat box, just give me a brief bio, tell me your name, where you're from, a little background, like, do you have kids? Are you married? Do you have dogs? Kind of give me a little bit of a backstory so that kind of you guys can see who each other is, and learn a little bit more about one another. I just muted Brittany. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So yeah, if you guys are just jumping on, just tell me in the chat a little bit about you. Married. All right. And the cool thing about this, obviously, is we're going to be seeing each other every single day in the BOD group. So my favorite thing about Beachbody, obviously, is the community and getting to know one another through just the workouts in the community. So we'll be seeing a lot of each other. And the cool part about doing this specific group together is we'll be doing every single workout every day, right? Like, we'll be doing day 1 together, day 2, day whatever, through the whole 9 weeks, which is really, really exciting. Awesome, thank you guys. You're fine. No, you're fine, Brittany.
This is the perfect time for a second pup.
It is.
Emily.
I keep trying to convince him, but he's not down with it.
I said no, but then it happened. So
anything's possible in 2020, right?
I'm trying so hard. It's just not happening.
Maybe after the wedding, Emily.
Well, but after that, I want babies. So
true,
I don't want to train a puppy and a baby at the same time, you know?
No, I can't speak from experience, but I can only imagine it would be very, very hard. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for introducing yourselves. So I am going to try and keep this short and sweet and be really, really respectful of your time. So let's talk equipment first. Does everybody have their track set up? Does anybody have questions about their track? I know, like, I set mine up on my door, but I think I'm going to end up putting it in studs. Actually, I know I'm going to. Does anybody have questions about the track or the space that you guys are using?
Yeah, Susie, how much side to side do we need from the track?
So I did one of the workouts yesterday. So I've put my track on a door, and it's in a hallway. So the hallway's probably like 3 or 4. For me personally, it's too small, because when you do like flies, like, my arm span is 6 feet. And when you do flies, like, my arms come up and you can't see it very well. I need both arms to be spread out. So for me, my arms are hitting the wall, so I'm going to move the track. So if you guys haven't tried any of the workouts yet, I encourage you to just try one this week, from week 1, day 1, if you want, whatever. I know some of you guys have already been dabbling in them. But if you haven't, go and try one so you can kind of get an idea of, like, how the track moves, how to use it, kind of if it fits in your space. Because that's the thing I learned this week, Sonia, is I need to move it because I'm not getting the full wingspan of my arms for that specific workout. So I am going to end up moving mine.
Okay, thanks.
Great question.
Sonia, and you at one point we did skier jumps. And so, like, that's
exactly what I was going to say. I would say 3 feet on both sides, because I've done the first 3 weeks of the program. And so you definitely need like 3 feet per side. I had mine in the wall, but I didn't have enough side to side space. So I had to put it on the door so I could go back and out.
Okay, thanks, guys.
think so.
Little suggestion, if you have kids, when you are done with your workout, make sure your stuff is all the way up at the top. Because I already had one of my kids climbing the wall.
That's fun. That's great.
They really do that, don't they?
I know. Yeah, exactly.
I second that. I told my kids, I threatened them with death if because I moved my whole workout space to the basement. So I have this like my little setup, and I put my track on a column, and I'm just going to have to deal with, that's the only space I have to put it. So I'll just have to like deal with the side to side stuff. But yeah, they love that ball. They kept throwing it around. And I was like, if you break this, you are dead to me. And I didn't feel bad about it because I'm like, this is mine. Stop. Like, you have a billion things. So
this is mommy's one toy. That's great. Oh my gosh. Do you guys have any other questions about the equipment or the track, getting it set up or moving it? All right, awesome. And then the other thing that's really, really important, obviously, in addition to setting up your track, is nutrition. So if you guys have not gone in, I made a YouTube video that's in the BOD group. If you guys have not gone in and watched that YouTube video, which is like a quick overview on helping you pick your path, there's 2 nutrition plans, the Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset. Ultimate Portion Fix is more of a, I'm trying to think of the word. It's structured. Thank you. It's more of a structured plan. So it's going to tell me with the Autumn's program, with Autumn's containers, it's going to tell me how many, like I personally want plan C. So I'm eating like 5 proteins a day. I think it's 4 veggies, 3 yellows, 5, is it 5 veggies?
Yeah, 5 veggies.
So I need to obviously go back and refresh my memory with that. So like Ultimate Portion Fix is going to tell me exactly how many containers of every food to eat. And it's more of that structured. And then you can space it out and plan your meals based on that. So, or if you're someone that's like, oh my God, this sounds really crazy, Susie, I'm already overwhelmed. There's 2B Mindset, which is more of like a loosey-goosey. It's about plating your food and eating 3 meals. And I'm going to let Mandy kind of touch on 2B Mindset because she's very well based in this. Well, yeah, a little bit better than I.
Yeah, I did it a couple of years ago. So 2B Mindset is definitely less structure. It is more set up on plating your food. You eat 3 meals a day. And so then each meal, she tells you like how to plate it. Like you have your protein, you have your vegetables, and then you have what's called your fiber-filled carbs. And so like I think breakfast was like 50% protein, 50% fiber-filled, or maybe it was 50% fiber-filled carbs. So that could be like eggs and fruit. And then lunch is like, I think it was 25% veggie, 25% fiber-filled carb. I can't remember the breakdown, but basically she teaches you with those 3 categories how to plate your food. There's not a lot of snacking in between them unless you need it. And she always I will say her thing is it's very good mindset. It's very positive. Like she has like veggies first, water most, like good little sayings. Personally, I would say just from experience of being very familiar, having done both with this type of workout, Ultimate Portion Fix is probably going to be better for you. I don't want to discourage you from looking at 2B Mindset, but because that one is kind of a set 3 meals a day, I think that with Ultimate Portion Fix giving you that flexibility to make meals, smaller meals throughout the day and kind of eat as your metabolism's boosting up, that it is a better fit. But again, kind of go with what you think you will stick with. Like if you're super busy and you are a 3 meal a day person, like I would say dive into 2B. If you have time to create little meals throughout the day and like put your portions together, Ultimate Portion Fix is definitely a better route.
Thanks, Mandy.
And personally, what I think with Ultimate Portion Fix and timed nutrition, you're going to be eating at least every 3 hours. So if you're able to do that and use the containers that way, all of that food, you guys, you are not going to be hungry. And implementing those containers throughout the entire day is really going to be essential to make sure that you are full and you're not going to be snacking on unhealthy food.
And one thing I will say off what Ange just said is the time nutrition piece. I know Autumn did say in some of her videos that she's been releasing is you don't feel like you have to do time nutrition. Like if you have time, like with your crazy busy schedule, if you have time to eat an apple and count that as your purple, eat the apple, right? Like, and then when at your next meal, be like, okay, I have more time. I'm going to fit in the veggie, the carb, and the protein, and so on and so forth, right? But you want to be able to make sure that if you do choose Ultimate Portion Fix, that you are eating foods and same with 2B Mindset off of the food list. And if you guys need help, we are going to be doing Thursday night weekly calls. And this is not just for people doing 9-week control freak, it's going to be for the whole year. Because obviously you guys, nutrition is really, really important. And I know like for me, Plan C is a lot of freaking food, but I will tell you first and foremost, the second I start skipping foods and not eating the foods, my abs go away and I don't get results. That's for me personally. So I'm telling you, all of those carbs and all of that protein and all of those veggies are there for a reason. So even though right now it seems like this is a lot of freaking food, it's there for a reason, and trust the process, right? It's going to be hard getting into a new routine. Or if it's easier for you when you guys go and look at both of the plans, do 2B Mindset.
And
you
there's
guys
a
have
nutrition app that you can track. I started using it again today because I needed the accountability. And so it's compatible to both 2B and Ultimate Portion Fix. And so you can put in like, I have 5 veggies, I have 5 proteins, and like go down each meal and say like, I ate this, this, and this, and then kind of see like if you're hungry, like, oh, what do I still have in my day? What could I eat to kind of also just keep you on track?
Yeah, and planning is going to be really key because my husband and I are doing it together, and so you have to really think far in advance about what you're doing. And normally it's like every Sunday we meal prep, so think about what is going to work for you. If it's going to be every Sunday, then plan out your meals for the following week and so forth. That way you're set up. If you're not set up, you're going to just be hungry, and then you're going to reach for something else that's not on that meal plan.
Yes, definitely. So if you guys need help with the nutrition plan or picking your path, just ask myself or one of the coaches on the team, because we obviously want to see you guys succeed. So if you guys have questions, just ask. And Mandy, if you'll just drop the name of the app in the chat for us so that we can share that with everybody in case you guys want it. Brittany, yes. Okay, I totally get it. Okay, Brittany just commented, she said, I found UPF really intimidating until I dove into time nutrition. It gave me some guidelines on how to do it, even if I don't necessarily dedicate 100% to meals as written. 100%, right? So if you guys need help figuring out how to like group all of the foods for time nutrition, just ask. And it does seem really intimidating at first because it's new, right? It's something that we've never done before. It's very scary because it's just different. So I think and I have a lot of resources and I will share them again. I'll put them in our group, but I have a Google folder drive that has tons of Excel spreadsheets that you guys can literally go in and be like, okay, I'm Plan C. This is how many containers I get every day. This is how I'm going to divide it by the week, and it takes it day by day. So I'll share that with you guys because that was really helpful for me, because just like Brittany said, it is overwhelming in the beginning because it is a lot, and especially like eating all of this food and trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to fit it in the day is very difficult. Okay, Mandy,
after the first few weeks, you're going to get the hang of it, and you're going to be able to get more comfortable with prepping the food in your containers, and then it's going to be easier as it goes on.
Yes. Any other questions or comments about food?
Comments about food, like Ange, you've been doing an awesome job at this lately, just on your feed with like some recipes and things that you've been doing. And I love it because it's new, it's different. You know, I am not the kind of person that can eat the same thing over and over again. There are some people that can. I cannot. Like, I get so frustrated with food. So maybe when we're putting together, recipes or things like that to share within the group, and then break down how many containers you are using, because that's what I found was the hardest, and I still struggle with it because it's so time consuming to really get the hang of it. I know you need to do it. I know it's totally worth it. But it's a major dedication up front.
Yeah, for sure. I talk to a lot of people that are like, I don't want to eat the same thing for 5 days in a row. So my suggestion is for you to do 3 Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the same lunch, And then Tuesday, Thursday, do a different lunch, but still get your container in and have a different recipe. And like Mandy's saying in the chat, and Susie, there's recipe guides in whatever group you're in, and it will break down the containers for you.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Susie. That's helpful.
Yeah, and then in the file section, you guys, every week I'm going to put a new meal plan in there. So you guys can go, if you go in there now, you'll see like the one from last week is in there, and then there's like a healthy holiday recipe PDF that you guys can download. I suggest you do it on the computer so you can have quicker access to it. And then you have it, right? You don't have to necessarily use it that week, but you can use it and refer to it later. Okay, so I do want us to get off by 9, so I'm going to try and kind of speed through this. Another thing that I want you guys to be mindful of, especially if working out is a new thing for you, these 9 weeks are going to be long. So decide when you're going to work out, right? If you feel like sometimes you accidentally find yourself making an excuse or doing something and being like, okay, I'll do it in the afternoon. Then the afternoon comes around, you're like, I can't do it because I have to kids soccer, I have to do this, and this, right? It ends up getting pushed back right before bed, and you're just like, oh, well, I'll just make it up tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and it's even crazier. So I suggest you figure out what works for you. I know a lot of us work out in the morning because that's really the only time that works for us before the crazy day starts. If you work out in the morning, we do something called a Zoom call in the morning, and it's literally just like this. It's for accountability. We jump on, we mute our screens, we work out, we do our own thing. Everyone's doing their own workout. It's just a great community, and it's really awesome accountability. That's in the morning. Someone is on there pretty much from 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time all the way to like 10 a.m. usually. So if you want that link, we can send that out. Or if you guys are working out in the middle of the day and you want to run your own Zoom link, you can totally do that too. And we can share the link with you to do that on your own. Or if you're working on the afternoon, whatever works, right? If you don't want to do the Zoom, that's totally optional too. Figure out what's going to work for you and write it down and stick to it, right? So that's what I would really advise you guys to do. So tell me in the chat, are you going to work out in the morning or the afternoon? Are you guys, or in the middle of the day? Or does it change every day? I know for me, it's always the morning, because otherwise if it's the afternoon, I make 101 excuses as to why I don't have to work out. Morning. Yeah, I know sometimes life happens, right? And sometimes mornings don't happen, and sometimes today it doesn't happen. So just figure out what works for you, and I encourage you to stick to it. Make a plan.
And find a buddy, even if it's your coach, like to check in with. I know like when you guys were getting on earlier, I had told Beth and Pam last night, I was like, get me on. I need to work out at 8, turned into 9 o'clock, but still they held me accountable. So like find a buddy to talk to. I know Brittany Resto's on here too. She and I are constantly checking in with each other. And so, you know, don't feel like you're annoying anyone. That's the whole point of this community. Is to have a check-in buddy and, you know, get it done to feel good.
Yes.
And I mean, even if like you miss that morning workout or something, you could even like put in, you know, hey, is anybody going to do a workout in the afternoon that I could hop on for extra accountability with or whatever? Because I have kids who nap. So I always like, if anybody else needs somebody else, I can always hop on and do something too.
And that's also what the VOD group is for, right? Like that accountability. Like you guys should want to show up in the VOD group every day to go post your sweaty selfie. If you're not comfortable doing your sweaty selfie, show a picture of your sneakers, right? It doesn't have to be a picture of you. Get creative. There used to be a girl in one of my groups last year. She used to take this like little duck and she would put it next to her weights every morning after her workout. Do whatever works for you, right? But go in the VOD group, show up every single day. Tell us what you thought of the workout. Tell us how much you hated it. Like all of the things, if you're sore, if you're using recover, all of the things. And then we highly encourage you guys, right? This is a community. Every single person on the screen right now, we're all doing this together. Go into the VOD group, do your daily check-in, respond to the daily post at the top of the VOD group. Every day there's going to be a post from one of the coaches that's going to like talk about 9-week control freak, have some sort of valuable information, and then respond to it. We ask you to do that because it makes the group more exciting. It makes it more of that community positive feel. And then of course, go through and encourage each other along, right? Like be the biggest cheerleader. Like I'm going to comment on your post because I'm going to be so proud of you guys, and I want you guys to do the same for me and for everybody else in this group, right? Because there are going to be days that are really shitty and there are going to be days that are great, and we are all going to need that encouragement. And you guys hearing from new people and not just from like us as the coaches, it makes someone's day. Okay, so I highly encourage you guys to do that. It just makes the group more fun and better. And then of course, it just helps you guys also stay accountable and get better results, because I cannot tell you 9 times out of 10, when people show up every single day in these pod groups, their results are that much better because they showed up. So definitely do your daily check-ins for bod groups. And then the last thing I did want to share with you guys, if you did not watch my YouTube video about the group, in there, I talked about a sign. So what I encourage you guys to do at some point before Monday is take out a piece of paper. You don't need to do this now, but I want you to take out a piece of paper at some point, and I want you to write down like a 1-sentence liner. So something for a reason for you as to why you're doing this program. And this could be something for why you're starting the year off right, whatever you want. So I wrote down, I commit to take control and have the courage to show up. And then I signed it with my signature and the date, January 4th, 2021. I make sure I wrote the right date. 2020. So, see, Rebecca's already got hers. So I encourage you guys to do this. Make sure you take a picture and just put it somewhere. Like, I'm going to hang this in my gym so I can see it every single day through these next 9 weeks as a reminder as to why I'm committing to this group. Again, you can write whatever you want, but I highly recommend you guys do this because we're in this together. And I think this is going to be a really good daily reminder for you guys as to why you are showing up and doing this for you. So that's all I wanted to say. If you guys have questions or comments, now is a great time to ask. Sorry, that was a lot of information really fast, and I'm really glad you guys are all here.
Remember, always default to your coach. That's why we're here. I know this is a big group, but you know, again, if there's something you don't want to put in the group, that's our purpose. So
yes,
anything you are curious about or don't know or whatever, we want to help you.
This might be a silly question, and I don't have my I haven't got my packet in yet. I'm still waiting on it. The one thing I've been seeing a lot about, but I haven't really seen addressed, is the additional workouts, the add-ons, the abs, and the there was abs, and I don't remember what the other ones were, but I know there were other ones. Like, when is the best time to add those in and to do those? What days?
Yep.
Because like I said, I don't really think I've seen that addressed too much anywhere in the videos and things like that.
That's a great question.
Yeah. There's some people that were in the test group that are in our groups that Autumn has this panned out for the workouts on certain days and the rest days on certain days. And she does not encourage to double up. She actually did admit on a live call with her speaking that she tried to double up during her filming, but she ended up setting herself back a week and it did not work. So the structure of the workouts are there for that specific reason. As far as the bonus workouts, she does say that you can do the 10-minute abs, or I think there's 10 extra workouts. She said that you can do those as a double, but no other actual workout of that week doubling up.
Thank you. Thanks, Ange. Emily, tell me what you've done, because I know you've been doing this for 3 weeks. So tell me what you feel like with the 10-minute add-ons. Like, have you added it in? Where?
So I did it. I've done by the calendar with my rest days and all that. And on rest days, I only do like stretching and yoga. But as far as the 10-minute ones go, so if I did like a back and biceps day, I either will do like the back burner, depending on if I feel like I need more back work, or I'll do a complementary muscle. So like shoulders with the back, but I try to kind of line them up so that it's like back and back, shoulders and shoulders, or I'll do abs after total body tone or after cardio. But I try not to like mix a whole bunch of stuff randomly, and I don't do it every day because it's too much, because I will say like your upper body is going to be sore. So you really don't need them, but like twice a week.
Okay, thank you. Like, Chris, I see your hand.
Yeah, your back is going to be sore, guys.
Yeah, I had a question about the controlled stretches, and I don't know if this is what Crystal was talking about, but she has this whole I don't know, tab or tile with controlled stretches, and that's separate from control week, but it's part, or control freak, but it's kind of part, where she said in her Instagram stories that she does that like every night. Is that part of it? And how is everyone planning to do that?
Great question. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that, but I will ask Sydney or Emily. Emily, you can tell us too. I will also ask Sydney because she was in the full test group with Autumn. I'll ask Sydney and then I will share that in the VOD group itself.
My understanding was it was meant to be a regular thing, like right before bed. On the call with Autumn, she actually said like she wants you to not like get on your phone after them, like set your alarms, do all your things, put your phone down, do the stretches, and go to bed. So she was like, it eliminates what I created. If you like get back on your phone and start doing things, like it's meant to be like a wind down and go to bed type thing.
Thank you.
I think they're no more than like 10 minutes.
Yeah, like Megan just said, to help you sleep better and make sure your muscles are loose for the next day. I do remember her saying that now that you mentioned that. Emily, what would you say?
And she said, do it in your pajamas. Like she's even in pajamas in the video.
Yeah, so every day there's a workout. It's no longer than 10 minutes, and I do it in my room right next to my bed when I'm ready to go to bed. And you stretch out, and then sometimes there's like breathing at the end, like deep breathing exercises. You do it in your pajamas, like right on the floor, right next to your bed. You don't need a lot of space for it. And then you get in bed and you can like read a book, but I don't look at my phone or any other screen afterwards. I only get out of the bed to put my book away or to pee. And I have been sleeping like a rock.
Awesome. I can't wait for that. Cool. Thank you, Emily. You guys, I have the free account, so we are going to have to be done in less than 5 minutes. What other good questions do you guys have, though, for the good of the group? Any? Well, I hope you guys are excited. I know I'm really excited. I'm jealous that Emily's already done 3 weeks of this. But it's going to be awesome. And again, just like Mandy said, like lean on us. We are all doing this together, the same workout of the same day. We're going through this for the very first time together as a unit. So if you guys have questions, if you're struggling, or if you have something to celebrate, share it, right? We're going to be good days, there are going to be bad days, and we are all going to get through this together. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to get on here tonight. And I really, really appreciate it. Can we take a picture if you guys are okay with that? If you aren't comfortable with the picture, you can mute.
So excited, you guys. This is going to be an amazing start to the new year.
When I have to unplug my tree. It's making whatever, it's doing something to my computer. Okay. Well, and I've got this like halo of light beam coming at me. Hold on, sorry guys. So
I thought it was a straw.
It's still following me. It's not a straw. I don't know what the hell that is. Okay, smile, 1, 2, 3. Thank you guys so much. Obviously, I'm so excited you can see. It's going to be awesome. And if you guys need anything, just ask and get ready to kick off on Monday. And yeah, thank you guys so much for taking the time tonight. And I will see you guys in the BOD group.
Congratulations.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Way to commit.